Hi, today we're going to talk about how to pull your MMRs out of EBO, to create your MMRs in EBO. So if you've been saving your truck invoices off all month in EBO, then you can do your MMRs at the beginning of the next month in a few simple clicks. You can pull an MMR by the hub, or you can pull it just one by the truck. You can have your MMRs saved, everyone in the hub saved separately as separate PDFs or one large PDF. We also have a customizable screen so that you can make choices on how your hub likes your MMR. And as always, the ending form is fully editable. So if there's anything you want to change at the last minute, you can, or add, type in something extra, you can do that. You just click in the form, type away, click save. We will have your signature on file, so that'll be put in there, the date, and the odometer will pull directly from your ELD. And if your hub likes it and you choose, then the invoices will be attached as well. So they'll be ready to go, ready to email off as soon as you're done. So I'm going to show you how in EBO to pull your MMRs each month. So when you go into EBO, as always, you'll be at your dashboard and you're going to want to go down to trucks, then maintenance, then events. And then in the top middle, you're going to want to look at the date here, which month you're on. So we're in June, but we want to send our May MMRs, so we're going to go back to May. And then we're going to choose the hub that we want to send. So if I wanted to send 308s, I would click on the three dots next to that. If I've already sent them in, they're like, oh, we just need this one, you can just do one trucks by clicking on the three dots next to that truck. But I'm going to do the whole hub, so I'm going to pick the three dots next to the hub number. And then I can choose to either create the MMRs in a zip file with each individual truck as a PDF, or one large PDF for the whole hub with all of the trucks just one after the other. So I'm going to create them in a zip file so they're individual. When I click that, another box appears, and this is where I can make choices on how my hub likes them. So do they like to see the 10th of the mile? Do they always want that second question answered even if it's repaired? Or do they say, no, don't do that? Do they always just want to say see attached and not give a description of what the invoice has? Do they want the maintenance grid filled out, some or none? And do they want the invoices attached? Do they want the maintenance company listed? So all of these are choices that you can make based on how your hub likes it. Then you just click save, and the MMRs will be created. So once they're created, you're going to have a download. You just open that, and here I have them all individually done, saved off. I would just, if you wanted to check them, just click on one, and then you can see that the signature gets put on there, the date, the mileage gets put in from the odometer that's downloaded from the ELD. All of the invoices that I've put in are attached because that's what I chose, and my grid's filled out. So it's filled out, it should be ready to go. If I decided I wanted to type more in here, I could just type it and then click save. I'm not going to save that though. But here I have all mine. I can just make an email and attach these to the email, send it off. And that's how you're going to quickly do your MMRs each month. But I did want to go over, there is a video about how to add your truck invoices into EBO. I'm just going to show really quickly do one invoice and how you might want to change it because of MMRs. So if I wanted to add an invoice to EBO, I would go, start back over, I would go to trucks, maintenance, events, and then I would just click this plus sign. If you are on your phone, you can take a picture of it. There'll be a camera button here. You can just get your stack out and start taking pictures of them and go through this process. But if you're on your computer, you can do attach file and find it in your computer, or you can drag and drop it here. So I'm going to drag and drop my invoice in. Just drop it into the gray part. A preview of that invoice will appear on this screen so that it's easy for me to finish my work here. So this invoice is for a PM. So I'm click next. I picked the right date. It was on May 22nd. So I'm just going to pick the date that it happened. And then I can identify what truck it was. I can do it by the truck name, the truck VIN, or the FedEx number. Once you do that, you just click next. It comes up. The odometer will fill in based on the date. You do not on your ELD. You do not need to fill that in. If your hub likes to have the company that did the maintenance on here, you will pick that. Otherwise, you're just going to itemize the item. So you click the plus sign here. If you're doing a maintenance plan on this truck, you're going to have maintenance items set up here, and you're going to choose one, and then you're going to check whether or not you want the MMR. We're doing MMRs. This is about MMRs, so of course we're going to check that. But this is a PM, and I don't want to have to type in the long thing that FedEx requires, the long description required every single time I do a PM. So even if I'm not doing maintenance, the way I can get around saving all those keystrokes is I can create a maintenance item for PM and tell it what I want it to print on the MMR every single time. So then I don't have to type it into here. I'm just going to choose it here, and it'll automatically on the back end put my description that I want. So I just click PM, even though I'm not doing maintenance, I just want that for the MMR description. And I'm going to check include an MMR, click save. I'm going to put my total amount in because I like that to show up on my invoice history. I click save. Now when I go to do that MMR, which I would go back to May, and I find that truck, and I'm going to, I'm not going to do the hub, I'm just going to do this truck, create the MMR. Now, instead of saying PM, it says all of this information: oil change, replaced oil, filter, lube, general. So how did it know that I wanted this long description on this invoice here? It's this same invoice we just went over, that same exact invoice. But instead of PM, which is what I chose, it put this long description in. But I didn't have to type that in. The way you're going to do that is you go to configuration down here at the bottom, and then more buttons will open up. Go to truck settings and maintenance items, and you're just going to plus new, create one of these. So you would create one for PM and fill in right here and check include repairs on MMR, and just put in everything you want to appear every time you choose PM. I want to say this. Every time I choose tires, I want it to say this. So if you have something that you just want to be able to choose that item and not have to type in every single time, make it a maintenance item, check include repair on MMR, and type out the long thing that whatever you want it to appear as. If you don't have to fill out the rest of this unless you're doing maintenance, which would be on a different video, but this top part will save you a lot of keystrokes on your MMR. So now I'm going to show you. So the one I chose was PM. So this PM, this is where it said oil change, replaced oil filter, blah, 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 blah. All the stuff that appeared on that MMR, I only chose PM. It automatically put in all of that writing, so I didn't have to type it in. So that's how you can get around a lot of the keystrokes on your MMR, not having to type that in every single time. Just go to make a maintenance item and put in how you want it to be. Then when you're putting your invoices in, choose it as a maintenance item. Even though you're not doing maintenance, choose it as a maintenance item, check include on MMR, and it will be there. So again, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna do maintenance, events, and when you put in that invoice, let me go back and find the one we did. When you put in this, you just selected PM here, and it printed the whole entire language that was on there. So that's just a quick fix for you on how to make your MMRs even faster. If you have any other questions, you can always reach out to me. Otherwise, check out all of our videos on truck invoices and how to enter the truck invoices.